dirt and grass on you today. You like getting live like that today?
Yeah, I mean, it's always a big deal when the defense gets to go live against the offense. But we gotta, take care of each other when we get to it.
Some of the transfers had the benefit of being here in the spring. That wasn't you. So what's this adjustment been like, and what's been the toughest challenge of picking up this system and getting used to your new coaches and teammates?
It's been just kind of fast, like just picking up the new playbook and all that. It's kind of similar to what we did at Temple, but kind of just picking up the playbook fast, not being afraid to make mistakes and just learning that not everything's going to be perfect in practice and then you're going to get yelled at because you weren't here like everybody else is, but you got to just keep the main thing, I guess it is.
With coming in, you come into a room that there's not a ton of bodies, but there's a lot of talent and a lot of maybe a pretty high ceiling with that group. What's it been like fitting in with those guys?
These guys, I think they're tremendous. Like, it's a whole bunch of competition in that room. Nobody steps on anybody's toes for one, and then we all just want to make each other great. So like, whether it's Kilgore, the freshman, like calling me out on my stuff, saying, Kobe, you gotta pick it up. I'm like, I got you, man. Like, even though he's a freshman, I still listen to him because he knows the playbook more than I do right now. So it's kind of, we all try to work together, even though like everybody wants to be so great, and we just don't step on nobody's toes, basically.
You mentioned there's some similarity to what this defense does compared to what you did at Temple, but are there significant differences in your responsibilities within the scheme here?
Yeah, I'd say so, because I played both Mike and Will at Temple, and even though it's the same concept, like the whole cover 3 thing, like the whole passing, the coverages is kind of like way different, but it's just the same principle, I guess it is, but it's a big difference for us.
Seems like also a lot of different combinations of you guys out there. Seems like Coach Crum kind of likes to throw you out there and see how you can do. What's that like, knowing that he might tap you on the shoulder and expect you to go in next play, and you might go in not necessarily knowing who the guy next to you is and kind of looking over, seeing who it is, and then getting set? I
mean, it kind of just simulates real life because you never know who's going to go down or who you're going to be in with. So he's trying to build that chemistry between every single linebacker, and it's kind of like hectic because you're like, he's calling me off the field. I just got on. He's calling whoever, and you kind of just got to have an ear out to see like who he's calling. But that's really how the game is. You never know who may go down.
You've got a bit of a homecoming coming in a couple of months when SMU goes up to Philadelphia to play your former team. Have you sort of imagined what that day is going to be like for you?
Ooh, and I ain't gonna lie, I've been dreaming about it, man. I've been texting my boys back at the crib, man. I just hope it's like a field day, not just for me, but for everybody. I really want to go there. And even though I'm a Temple alum, I want to just kind of embarrass them, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Did any of your buddies either try to recruit you to stay or at least say don't go somewhere in the same conference?
Oh, yeah. There was not even just them, like some of the coaches and then some of the compliance were like, just don't stay in the American, like just go somewhere else. I know you want to go to SMU, it's just don't, but I'm just like, it's better here. So.
Now, did Simons or somebody recruit you out of high school?
Mm-hmm. Coach Simons recruited me at Liberty, and it was between Liberty, UGA, or Temple out of my top 3, and then me and Simons just kind of stayed connected.
How big is that to, when you go into the portal, to have that previous relationship where obviously you're going to meet some new coaches, but to have a guy where you're like, yeah, we talked, and obviously it was a good relationship?
Yeah, that's big time, because like that just shows you that not only is he like confident in my level to play, but he's also very loyal. Like, so when I went in that portal, he just hit me up. It was like, Kobe, like, I know you remember me, I remember you, and I know how you play. I see you play, and he kind of just kept the same relationship with me. He kept it the main thing, so that's big time for him.
Obviously, the first time he recruited you, he was at a different school, but you're also a few years older. So was his sales pitch any different this time around?
I mean, nah, not really, but it was just Liberty to school or SMU to school. It's just like, I didn't know what I was going to get out of Liberty back then, because back then it was like, they didn't have Malik Willis back then. Like, they weren't that good. But then when Malik Willis came, I was like, dang, I regret my decisions back then.
With coming, obviously you'll have the game against Temple, your former team, but you'll also play some teams in conference play that you've played before. Is that familiarity kind of nice too, knowing, hey, when we go into game plan for this, even though I wasn't in this uniform, I remember playing these guys?
Yeah, that's also a big time. That's the reason why I chose to stay in America too, because I'm very familiar with a lot of their schemes, a lot of their players. I'm still kind of cool with a lot of the players on the opposite side. So just knowing what I'm going to get kind of makes it easier to watch film and learn different tendencies from different teams, and that makes it way more easy to play the game.